Welcome to EduRev. In today's segment, we'll be diving into key events and updates that are essential for your UPSC preparation. So, stay tuned and let's break down each of these significant developments. Center announces National Gopal Ratna Awards. The Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, DAHD, under the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, has announced the National Gopal Ratna Awards for 2025. These awards recognize excellence in dairy management and the conservation of indigenous breeds. Why does this matter? These awards aim to promote sustainable dairy farming practices with a focus on improving milk yield and the rearing of indigenous breeds. They encourage the adoption of scientific practices and bring attention to the regions in the northeastern and Himalayan states. These awards can be critical in understanding government initiatives related to rural development and agriculture, key topics for UPSC. How does it help in UPSC? The Gopal Ratna Awards provide insights into the government's agricultural policies and rural welfare programs. Understanding these initiatives can help in tackling questions on agriculture, sustainable development, and government schemes during your GS papers. Supreme Court restricts tiger safaris to non-forest land. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court of India has placed restrictions on tiger safaris within core tiger habitats. The court has allowed tourism activities only in non-forest or degraded lands to minimize ecological damage. Why does this matter? The ruling stresses the importance of protecting wildlife habitats while promoting ecotourism in India. It is part of the broader efforts under Project Tiger aimed at wildlife conservation and maintaining biodiversity. How does it help in UPSC? This case offers a rich insight into environmental law, wildlife conservation, and sustainable tourism, topics relevant to both environment and ecology and governance sections in UPSC. Revival of Adam Chini rice through innovation. Agricultural scientists at Banaras Hindu University, BHU, have successfully improved the resilience and yield of Adam Chini rice, a black rice variety known for its aroma and unique cooking properties. Why does this matter? This innovation not only helps improve the rice's productivity but also ensures its preservation. The introduction of mutagenesis to enhance resilience against diseases and drought is a breakthrough for Indian agriculture. How does it help in UPSC? This development ties into discussions on agriculture innovation, crop diversification, and sustainable farming. These concepts are valuable for GS Paper 3, especially under topics like science and technology and food security. Exercise Ajaya Warrior 25 commences in Rajasthan. The 8th edition of the Ajaya Warrior 25 military exercise has begun in Rajasthan, showcasing the growing military cooperation between India and the UK. Why does this matter? The exercise aims to strengthen tactical skills between the Indian Army and the British Army, focusing on counter-terrorism and joint operations in complex environments. How does it help in UPSC? For your GS Paper 2 preparation, understanding bilateral defense exercises is important, especially under international relations and defense cooperation. 16th Finance Commission submits its report for 2026 to 31. The 16th Finance Commission, led by Arvind Panagaria, has submitted its report recommending fiscal strategies for the next 5 years. Why does this matter? The Commission's report is crucial for understanding India's financial relations between the Union and the states. It has recommendations for tax sharing, grants in aid, and revenue distribution, which will influence India's financial planning. How does it help in UPSC? The recommendations are key for economic and financial management topics under GS Paper 3 and for tackling questions on fiscal federalism and financial governance. China's Air Pollution Playbook. Key lessons for India. As India grapples with severe air pollution, especially in winter months, insights can be drawn from China's pollution control strategies, which successfully tackled their airpocalypse. Why does this matter? China's aggressive policies, such as restrictions on coal and promotion of clean energy, can serve as valuable lessons for India's environmental policy. How does it help in UPSC? This topic touches on the critical areas of climate change, sustainable development, and environmental policy, all crucial for GS Paper 3 on environmental conservation. India needs to connect, build, and revive with Africa. India's engagement with Africa has evolved from mere diplomacy to deeper co-creation in sectors like technology, education, and security. Why does this matter? India is expanding its role in Africa with investments, educational partnerships, and security cooperation, as seen in the opening of the IIT Madras campus in Zanzibar. How does it help in UPSC? Understanding India's foreign policy approach towards Africa is key for questions related to India's foreign relations and Global South diplomacy under GS Paper 2. Sentinel-6B satellite. The Sentinel-6B satellite has been launched, continuing efforts to monitor rising sea levels and climate change. Why does this matter? This satellite will play a crucial role in improving weather forecasts, flood predictions, and climate monitoring. How does it help in UPSC? This connects to space technology and climate change topics in GS Paper 3 with a focus on earth sciences and environmental monitoring. UNESCO's new guidelines for the use of neurotechnology. UNESCO has introduced guidelines for regulating neurotechnology, focusing on mental privacy and cognitive liberty. Why does this matter? This framework addresses the ethical challenges posed by neurotechnology and its misuse, particularly in non-medical areas like marketing and political manipulation. How does it help in UPSC? This development ties into the growing importance of technology ethics, privacy laws, and human rights, which are crucial for both GS Paper 2, Governance, and GS Paper 4, Ethics. SC flags rising. Digital arrest scams seeks action on UN Cybercrime Treaty. The Supreme Court has raised alarms about the rising digital arrest scams and urged the Indian government to ratify the UN Cybercrime Treaty to combat these fraudulent activities. Why does this matter? The case highlights the need for stronger global cooperation and a robust legal framework to tackle cybercrime, especially in a rapidly digitizing world. How does it help in UPSC? This is a timely topic for GS Paper 2, Governance, and GS Paper 4, Ethics, as it deals with the challenges of cybersecurity, law enforcement, and international cooperation. 75th Anniversary of National Sample Survey. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation is celebrating the 75th anniversary of the National Sample Survey alongside World Statistics Day on November 18, 2025. Why does this matter? The NSS has been a cornerstone of India's socio-economic data collection since its inception in 1950. This milestone emphasizes the significance of reliable data for policymaking, development planning, and national statistics. How does it help in UPSC? The NSS's role in data collection and its impact on economic planning, poverty analysis, and government schemes is critical. Understanding its functions is key for your GS Paper 2 and GS Paper 3 economic development preparation. Today's current affairs touch on key issues in environmental policy, defense, international relations, financial governance, and technology ethics. These updates provide valuable insights into the evolving landscape of India's policy decisions and global partnerships, critical for your UPSC preparation. Don't forget, to stay updated with the latest in UPSC preparation, download the EduRev app from the Play Store or iOS App Store. The app provides the latest resources, practice tests, and expert guidance to help you ace the UPSC exams. Thank you for tuning in to EduRev. See you next time.